The official foundation update is here for the St. Louis Cardinals. We finally have an off day, so let's check into what the foundation of the Cardinals looks like and where everybody ranks in that picture, as well as a stat check-in and the upcoming schedule in the next series for the Cardinals. Thanks for tuning in to the St. Louis Cardinals Daily Podcast. My name is Andrew Teuscher. And before we get to the foundation update and talk about where these guys officially stand in the organization's view, of course, very official, coming from straight from me, let's talk about where the stats are sitting right now. This ball club has been up and down all year long, mostly up in the first half, and then in the last month or so, very, very down. But overall, let's look at where the numbers are and see if it gives us any hope to thinking that something can change. Starting off with that inconsistency, let's talk about the Cardinals hitting. At one point, what was the Cardinals' strength became legitimately a good team by all metrics, completely fell off, and has gone through a roller coaster. Right now, they are ranked 17th in runs scored. But by month, they have been in April 9th, May 28th, June 17th, and July 15th. So 1 month where they're way up towards the top, a month where we're way towards the bottom, and then a couple of months being back in the middle. Which July's being in the middle seems a little bit of a shock to most people. But again, remember, we were scoring a lot of runs at the very first half of July. And even that first series against the Diamondbacks wasn't too bad. Where do the Cardinals rank in a bunch of important offensive stats? Well, home runs, we rank 22nd. That's kind of the Achilles heel right now. And to be honest, it just makes sense. This was supposed to be the issue the Cardinals had all year long. Going into the season, everyone said, where's the power going to come from? And the power came quick and early. Nelson Velasquez was doing his thing. Jordan Walker, of course, off to a hot start. Alec Burleson was hitting some bombs. J.J. Weatherholt was hitting some early on. Nolan Gorman was contributing at that time. And then it all teetered off. Jordan Walker is 22 home runs on the year. He's got 0 in the second half. Alec Burleson up to 18. Then J.J. Weatherholt is third on the team with 16. The home runs disappeared. And that's also why you saw us go from 9th all the way down to 17th after the first month. On base percentage, we rank 16th. This is where we've been pretty good and pretty consistently right around this spot all year long. We're pretty adequate at getting on base despite this lineup being full of some players we might replace in the near future. Ivan Herrera ranks first on the team with an on-base percentage of .355. Weatherholt second with an on-base percentage of .351, which, by the way, he ranks 11th in all of baseball in runs scored. Shout out J.J. Weatherholt. Alec Burleson is third on the team with an on-base percentage all the way up to .351. And slug being along with home runs is where the Cardinals struggle the most overall. We've got a weird thing going where we hit more home runs than doubles. At least that's kind of where the slugging lays that out. Jordan Walker leads the team in slugging at .491, and the team ranks 27th in all of baseball. Although Walker is 21st in all of baseball with that slugging percentage. He's also 4th in RBIs at 81, so that's still upholding, which is cool. Alec Burleson second on the team with a .480 slug. Those guys both good. And by the way, he's 6th in RBIs in Major League Baseball with 77. And then an incredibly big drop-off from Alec Burleson at second. J.J. Weatherholt being third on the team in slug at .388. And that's only among players that actually qualify for this. I had to cut out guys who weren't actually playing all the time. So like Nelson Velasquez, I did not count as having the third highest slug on the team. Not an everyday player. Where does pitching rank in all of this? It's been good. It's been the strength of the season outside of the first month or so, and especially the starters. Team ERA is 15th. Starter ERA is 10th. Kyle Leahy has a .344. Michael McGreevy second on the team with a .359. Andre Palante is third with a .363. Hunter Dobbins is fourth with a .381. Matthew Liberatore is fifth on the team among starters, I should point out, at .497. He also plays baseball. The bullpen right now is 23rd in all of baseball. Gordon Graceffo leads the bullpen, again, among guys who are on the active roster and actually pitched a fair amount. 3.04 ERA for Gordon Graceffo. Riley O'Brien second with a 3.35. Brule with a 3.60. Then Stanek with a 4.63. Gastelum with a 7.94. Peter Strzelecki with a 5.79. And Caleb Ferguson has an 0.00 because he just got here. But that's the guys on the active roster exclusively. Overall, though, our bullpen ERA is 23rd. Strikeouts, we rank 25th. This just isn't a team that strikes out and isn't a team that hits home runs. Usually not a good recipe. Liberatore with the most by far on the team, at least actively on the team, with 107. The highest K per 9, though, goes to Ryan Stanek with 9.86, but unfortunately that only ranks 65th percentile. It just goes to show we don't have a ton of strikeout stuff. Walks, we are 14th. We don't let you walk, and additionally, we have the 4th best ground out to air out ratio, which is why we're able to get by. All right, that's where the stats are, and I honestly don't think a ton stands out there. The Cardinals are good pitching, starting pitching, and then everything else is mid around it. Bullpen, bad. And the foundation kind of shakes that out. So let me talk about the foundation. I've got this into a perspective that I finally enjoy. Before, I've talked about guys as cornerstones and then assets from there. I'm going to put everything, this is officially how it's going to go going forward, in a movie analogy because I think it just makes the most sense. So we have a couple categories. We have the stars. These are the guys you buy tickets to see the movie. They're what you're putting everything around. They're why you're able to do this. They're the main characters. Supporting actors. They have a firm part of the story. You couldn't have the movie without them. And then after that, I'll talk more about it, is crews and extras from there. This only is counting players who are under contract for the team past this year. So a guy like Caleb Ferguson isn't on here as he won't be with the Cardinals going forward. Therefore, he's not a part of the foundation anyway. And we're going to throw some minor leaguers in there, mostly ones that have come up already, and additionally the ones we're most excited for, just to give some perspective on where this team's going forward, because those are the guys I think we can start saying are a part of the foundation going forward, at least we're really, really hoping for. Let's start with the stars. Again, these are the guys that we're building the entire team around. This is who people are coming to the stadium to see. It's who you're buying tickets to go see at the stadium or at the movie theater. And this is what everything else is cast around. And there's only a couple guys here. Jordan Walker and J.J. Weatherholt. I think Weatherholt's the only one that's like firmly actually on this, and I'll explain it. He's got a 4.2 WAR. That's one of the best marks in all of baseball, plus he got that extension. He's been awesome this year. I don't think I have to go a ton more on J.J. Weatherholt. Let's hope he even gets better. And this isn't just to say that like he's a star player in all of baseball. He's not up there with a Shohei Ohtani, with the other MVP candidates. In reference to this team, I think he's a guy that's worth building around at least. Jordan Walker is still in this tier despite being at just 2.5 WAR, which we'll see the guys below actually aren't far off from that. For instance, Alec Burleson. But Walker is more about his potential, what he can continue to develop into, than what he is right now. We saw it at the beginning of the season, the high, where he was clearly a foundation. Let's be honest, right now he's closer to being in this next tier than firmly in this one. He's kind of hanging on by a hair here, but I still leave him there because of what the bat can do. Now, guys, we're hoping for to be in this tier. At least we're talking about them being in this tier, about stars, cornerstones, is Liam Doyle and Roniel Rodriguez. Those are guys we're hoping in the near future will get there. You guys let me know in the comment section. By the way, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment what you think about those guys being labeled as there, even though they're not up yet. And let me know what you think about J.J. Weatherholt and Jordan Walker, but we're hoping those guys will be there. Next, we'll talk about supporting actors. This is the tier. You have to have them for the story to make sense. They elevate the stars, but they're not the main identifiers. These aren't the main characters of the team, despite them being very good and being very, very necessary. You cannot win a championship without these guys. Alec Burleson's the top guy. And he's basically, you ever notice an actor who is never, ever the main character, but is a really good extra or a really good supporting actor in a lot of movies? That's Alec Burleson. I just don't know if the talent is fully there to achieve Jordan Walker's peaks. The peaks. Because Jordan Walker right now and Alec Burleson right now are the same thing. I'm saying Walker's got peaks that makes me leave him in the star category. We've never seen that from Burleson. He just doesn't have the power or defensive versatility to go along with it. but he's beating down the store of being a star. If he continues to go up in power, we'll have to move him up. Ivan Herrera is here, but he's hanging on by a shoestring. 728 OPS, .9 WAR, and doesn't play a defensive position, but we talked about where he is with his bat when it's right. I had him in the tier above the last time we did this. Now he's down here. What we're hoping for is that Joshua Baez and Quinn Matthews can break into this tier. Again, let me know what you guys think about that. The crew. These are the role players that are super necessary towards making the production of everything. The movie can't happen without them. But at the same time, you could replace them if you really need to. But you're not actively looking to get rid of them unless they cause a fuss. You'll notice I didn't say Mason Wynn for the tier above. And some people would say Mason Wynn isn't even in this tier. And some people would say Mason Wynn's a star. He's very divisive right now. Why I have to have him here. He's got an 82 weighted runs created plus. It's getting way too low for him to be justified in an Alec Burleson-esque tier. Alec Burleson's much more important to the team than Mason Wynn. Just a 1.7 WAR for Mason Wynn as opposed to a 2.4 for a guy like Alec Burleson. And again, Herrera's up there just because I'm hoping he can get back to what he was and learn a position. Again, he's hanging on by a shoestring. He's fifth in defensive value, which is excellent. It's harder to call you a pivotal part of the team and a true supporting actor when you're 19th in offensive value. That just becomes replaceable at some point. Where it's not a guy you need to get rid of. I think you could win a championship with him. Again, it's the crew you can take with you to the big show, but he's not going to be the guy that helps you get there like a supporting actor or a star. Current starters are all here, basically. Michael McGreevy, Andre Palante, Kyle Leahy, and Hunter Dobbins I all put here. If you go look at Baseball Savant, I'm saying Andre Palante is the best shot at climbing up out of this tier, although I don't think anyone gets there. I'm throwing Luis Gastelum here because we're hoping he lands here eventually, and Riley O'Brien I think is firmly in this tier. He's not going to be the reason you win a championship, but you definitely need a guy like Riley O'Brien to get there, and we're hoping a guy like Leo Bernal or Jimmy Crooks develop into this tier. Last tier is the extras. You technically have to have them there. If you didn't have them, it'd look weird and wouldn't actually fill out the roster, but it's better if you don't notice them at all, and you can 100% agree, baseball terms, you can replace these guys in free agency. This is where I throw Hunter Dobbins for now, but he has the opportunity to move up with more playtime. Brule, Graceffo, Liberatore, Soriano, Stanek, Strzelecki, Pajes, Jordan, Prieto, Church, Fermin, Torres, Velasquez. It's basically the rest of the active roster I throw here. Let me know if you guys think someone shouldn't be there and should be moved up, or vice versa. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. By the way, if you're here, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. It's the best way you can support the page. And use code FanArtsBaseball on Kalshi, because on Kalshi you can trade every single game. Of course, we're investing in all sorts of things like who's going to win the World Series, Rookie of the Year, and so much more, because on Kalshi you can trade every single game. You can buy in and out of your position like a true stock. You're trading against your peers. There is no house. And for a limited time, download the Kalshi app. Use code FanArtsBaseball to get $10 free when you trade 10. KALSHI, Kalshi, trade on anything. All right, I'm going to try to go through quick here because I don't want to go way over on time. But I like the foundation segment too much. I got to spend time on it. The schedule ahead, we got 47 games left, which is the third, and we have the third easiest remaining schedule in the NL. So if you're holding on hope that we can make the playoffs, that's what we're clinging to. Hardest part of the schedule, 3 games versus the Brewers, Dodgers, Cubs, and White Sox, and 6 versus the Phillies. But luckily, we have 6 versus the Rockies, Giants, Pirates, 5 versus the Reds, and 3 versus the Nationals and Orioles. Orioles are delicious. It is possible to... Here's my question. To make the playoffs with the third easiest schedule in the NL, is it possible to go 27-20? I think that's where we have to hit in the last 47 games. We're currently 4 games back of the wild card. If we go 27-20, which I'm not saying we will, I'm thinking that's a realistic possibility. If we go 47-0, we will make the playoffs. So realistic expectations, we could go 27-20. I see a world where Quinn Matthews comes up and starts pitching excellent in the rotation to replace Dustin May. I see a world where Joshua Baez comes up and starts raking, giving this team the spark they need, and the rest of the guys figuring it out, Ivan Herrera, so on and so forth. That would put us at 84-78. Last year, the Cincinnati Reds made the playoffs at 83 games. I think that might not get it done this year, but the Phillies are currently 61-54. I think there's a shot if we get there. We'll at least be competitive to the last day. And if we're going to get there, we got to start off well in this next series. And, of course, let me know what you guys think about my declaration. Do you think we can go 27-20, and would that be good enough? I don't know. Next series is versus the Rockies. 3 games at home. We have to win this series. The Rockies are 45-70. We cannot have an Angels situation here where we let this slide by and we can't score enough runs. The Rockies, 7th in runs scored. Here's the catch with the Rockies. You're all going to guess what I'm going to say. They're really good on the at home and really bad on the road in terms of runs scored. 19th on the road in runs scored. Runs given up, 30th. They're bad everywhere. 28th on the road, 30th in starter ERA, and 28th in bullpen ERA. Players to watch: Hunter Goodman, one of the best catchers in all of baseball right now, with 33 home runs. Mickey Moniak, a breakout season. Cole Carrig and TJ Rumfield are rookies that have 800-some OPSs. Watch out for them. And Jake McCarthy is having a breakout season. We'll play Friday at 7:15, Leahy versus Feltner, who has a 5.75 ERA. On Saturday at 6:15, Liberatore with his 4.97 versus Kyle Freeland with a 6.81. And Sunday, 1:15, McGreevy with his 3.59 versus Lorenzen with a 6.94. Let me know what you guys think of that and more. And again, please, guys, if you are here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let me know what you guys think about all that in the comment section. And don't forget to tell a loved one. Let's go Birds.